Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. It is Thursday, and we are live coffee chatting with the gentleman, Mr. Afro Preppy himself. Let's get him on. Welcome to the Preppy Style Journal podcast and coffee chat live. Let's get Mr. Afro Prep Christopher Walker on. Chris, if you can see me. He should be joining me in a few minutes. I hope you got. There he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow!
Like I don't do a lot of. It's funny. I don't do a lot of social media like that. But I was like, is this right? Do I have
This is right. You look
Hey,
good.
hey, look, man. I try. This is more for you. It's more for you. I would be in my pajamas right about now.
Listen, I appreciate that you woke up early this morning, and I know you could be doing a lot of stuff, but you decided to jump on. I really appreciate your time, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. How you doing? How's it going with you?
It is going fantastic. Let me show you what I got here. Got a cup of Joe.
Oh, okay.
So
I have my tea. My wife's the coffee drinker.
you don't drink coffee?
No, I'm a tea man. My wife loves coffee. She thinks it's the greatest thing ever. It's a little bit too bitter for me, but
Yeah.
I find out that I do enjoy tea. And it's funny because it's because of my daughter. She had me taste boba tea, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not half bad. Then I found out it's just really tea and milk, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can do that. Like, I know I'm a tea drinker. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Mitchell is tuning in with us. Mitchell has this amazing shoe company, so he's looking sharp, gents. But let me tell you guys, Chris is the reason I actually got shaved and powdered my nose this morning to get on. I didn't want him to upstage me, man. If you guys are following his IG page, this guy has a closet. I hope you're a 42 regular, and you're getting
42 short. That's the problem.
you're 42 short.
I'm a 40. It depends on what it is. I'm a 40 or 42 short, depending on who makes it.
Mitchell said, "What tea?" He said, "Do you have different teas at different times of the day?"
No, I usually do. I've had the breakfast teas. I have Scottish breakfast downstairs. But my favorite is Earl Grey. I've out of all the teas, when I use a little combination with a little vanilla, little sugar, a little heavy cream, Earl Grey just seems to be the
So
one.
you actually. So have you? This may sound crazy. Have you had coffee
Oh
before?
yeah, man. And I've tried it all sorts of
Well,
different
you
ways.
don't have to turn your face up like that, Chris.
Spice. Mm-mm. I
Hey,
can't.
what are you wearing today?
Brooks Brothers, man. I'm a Brooks Brothers brother, as I like to tell people.
You're a Brooks Brothers
I
brother.
have, I have the Brooks Brothers. What is this? Country Club hat. Brooks Brothers tie. Brooks Brothers red
Wait, that's a
fleece.
country club
Yeah,
hat?
it's Brooks Brothers
Uh,
Country Club.
oh
They
man.
brand.
Listen, look, we had some of the tea drinkers tuning in here. Chris is Fabia 1435 says she loves chai tea. She said, I agree, coffee is horrible. So you done started something early this morning and
Look, man,
we just got started.
you have all these coffee drinkers that taking over everything. It's like it's coffee, and it's like I don't like that.
Or you don't want to do business with me before I have my cup of coffee.
I
You don't.
I know a lot of people like that, and I'll talk to you in 10 minutes.
That country club hat. The country club doesn't exist
Nope.
anymore. How many of them do you have?
I just have the one. I think I'm a crest fiend. So when Brooks Brothers puts out a crest, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Like on the rugby, if it's got a crest,
That one's nice.
yeah, more than likely I'm gonna snatch it. I'm going to snatch it. Brooks Brothers has a lot of muted kind of subdued items a lot of the time. But sometimes they go out there, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Michael Bastian seems to be taking. Michael Bastian's the new creative director. He used to be over at Gant. That's what I knew him for.
Mhm.
And he's injecting some. Listen, there's a camo corduroy shorts. Hey Wes, morning.
So
There's a camo corduroy. Listen, Chris, we got Wes tuning in here. Wes actually wanted. He's in I think he's in the UK. So I don't know what time it is, but he's up late because he knew you were coming on. Yes, I'm sure it's like late at night. But Michael Bastian put out this camo. It's called. You know what a shacket is?
yeah, man, I used to have ton until that middle got a little. That middle got a little out there. So
yeah. So okay. So you do the shacket. Hey, Chris, tell me a little bit about let me back up. What is Afro Prep? I need to know.
So Afro Prep is, and I had to write this down because I told you I actually had this and I posted on my Instagram, just so I don't forget sometimes, but
because it is a thing.
It is a thing, and I have to recap this. I looked at this. It's basically a person of African American descent who takes upon the dress of the Ivy League style, and they like to maintain roots to his, and I should need to put her American roots. So basically, I like to say, my wife hates when I say this. I like to say I dress like a 60-year-old white man, and I really do. And it's really just a parody of what it actually means to me.
Explain that to me.
So you actually see, these old traditional style preppy and typical white men, and they wear a polo or rugby and a tie in the middle of the day and some shorts, and no one thinks anything of it.
Right.
We put it on as Black people. We put it on, and we tend to get looked at a little differently, especially by our own.
Right.
I was literally looking at, because I have a couple of different Instagram pages, and it's the, what do I call it? The Black Preppy Society. And I had a guy email me, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to mess it up. He basically said, he wanted to dress preppy, but he was afraid of being called a Carlton or an Oreo. And he said, do you have any?
For those of you that don't know what a Carlton or Oreo is called, Chris was referring to Carlton Banks from, was it Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah.
That was a character. An Oreo is a
black on the outside, white on the inside.
Right.
That is
like a sellout in a sense. You think?
Sellout in a sense. And I told him that a large part comes from you really cannot care about what other people. I would get called. I am the most non-Carlton person, personality wise. Dress wise, I would absolutely co-sign with it, but personality wise, that's not me. And anybody who knows me knows that's not me.
Okay.
But I sometimes get clowned by my friends, my boys, a lot of people by how I dress. I never care.
And you're in the South.
I'm in the South. I care less about what people think of me. I dress for me.
Gotcha. Same here, yeah. That's what I said. The only person I think of in the morning when I'm getting dressed is me.
Yeah.
No.
And if you
do you think that they can both coexist where you can be however you define African American? I mean, because that term now is up for debate, and prep. I don't think you have to choose one or the other.
You don't. As the saying goes, we're not a monolith.
Absolutely.
You can be however you feel that your Blackness is being shown, however you want to portray it, and dress however you want to. It's when you get into what you worry about what other Blacks think or what other whites think or what anybody thinks about your Blackness or questioning your Blackness, whatever you have on.
Right.
The minute that you don't care is the minute that you'll be comfortable in whatever you put on.
That's a liberating feeling. Hey, do you know who Gilda George is? Wes is saying, check out Gilda George brand for African American informed Ivy.
I don't think I do know.
Never.
I'm gonna check that.
You know, check it. Yeah, because I'm not familiar with it. But Chris, give me a little bit about your background, man. I know you're from. I know you're a Rams for life. I made the mistake when I first started talking to you and asked you if you went to Shaw University.
Oh no.
And I just saw the color.
I get it, but
tell us a little bit about you, Chris.
So I am from Durham, North Carolina. That is Duke University country, but I can't stand Duke University. But that is where I'm from.
Okay.
I graduated from HBCU, Winston-Salem State. You know, toss the W up for the
Rams, home of the Rams.
Yes. My parents are both graduates from North Carolina Central University in Durham. My mother worked there for 20 some odd years. I grew up on that campus. That's why I didn't attend.
Got you.
My wife is from North Carolina Central University. I have nothing but HBCU roots since birth.
HBCU, for those that are tuning in, is historically Black colleges and universities. There's an Ivy HBCU also, right?
There is.
Is that a thing?
It's called the Black Ivy, and they're going to kill me if I get it all wrong. So they call it the Black Ivy because there are a group of elite. Let me get this right. It is perceived elite HBCUs. They are Howard, Hampton, Morehouse,
Spelman.
Did I say Howard?
You said Howard.
I said Howard. Fisk.
Really?
Yes. And I want to say Tuskegee. I'm not sure.
But I can see Tuskegee, but Fisk, I'm shocked. I didn't know Fisk. I don't really.
Yes. And it's funny because a lot of HBCUs like we should be on this. I don't have anything to do with it. That is something that's before me. All the Black Ivy because they are considered the elite of HBCUs and Black colleges. So that's where that terminology.
So that term came about BC, before Chris, right?
Before Chris. I had nothing to do with any of that. Somebody's going to kill me because I feel like I left somebody out, and I'll hear from you later.
Now, Chris, you're an alpha man.
I am an Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated product. Yes.
That now, in my mind, I'm still lobbying to be an honorary alpha. So I got a few. Yeah, Chris. I can dress the part. Now I may not be as smart to get in
you man. Stop it, man. You are cut that out. That's not true. That's absolutely not.
But you guys are considered an elitist frat. Would you not say?
Stereotypically, yes. Stereotypically, yes.
When you mean stereotypically, what you mean?
Because the term elite it's like we are very selective. I'll give you that. But I think there are a lot of stereotypes about sororities and fraternities, and like we're the snobs, we're the stuck up nerds. It's
well, you guys do dress a certain. When I found out you were alpha, I wasn't shocked just by the way you dress.
You'd be surprised. I'd be like, because they're like, I'll say, I'm in a fraternity. Are you a Kappa? No.
Thought you were cute.
Let's stop with that.
You're like, don't go there.
I got two of my friends that are probably looking right now. I have my cousin who is my brother is a Kappa. Two of my closest friends, they're Kappas. But it's all in fun. We are. But
twirling Kappas.
Yeah. Twirling.
We won't get into
twirling little sticks and stuff. But whatever. But there are a lot of stereotypes with Black fraternities, and we are just selective. I'm going to say that they're very
Chris,
selective.
you're
They know.
parsing your words, man.
Look, you know, I have my frat brothers coming after me.
Are they selective enough to make me an honorary alpha? Chris, I'm begging. We got to talk off air.
We
Let me move
will,
on.
man. We'll talk. We'll talk.
So,
But
what are you wearing today? I know you have on the country club hat. Now, rugby, is that country club also?
no, this is just a regular Brooks Brothers crested rugby. I don't even know when I got this. I got a closet full of. This might be my favorite though.
But do you wear any other brand besides Brooks?
I do. 80, about 80, 90, 92% of my clothing are Brooks Brothers, as much as I have. But I do wear some Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
I am mostly into the Polo Bear. I think I was into the Polo Bear because back in the 90s I couldn't afford it, and then when I got it, I held on to it, and then it went away for a long time, and I never could. And so every time I see it now, it's like, it's like I'm scared it's gonna go somewhere, so I want to have all that I want. So in case it disappears again,
you're hoarding.
Yeah, don't use that word because my hoarding clothes. I wear Vineyard Vines. What else do I wear? I have some Gant. I have. What else do I have? That may be about it. That may
95% of your wardrobe is Brooks.
probably
You
so.
are official Brooks brother.
I'm a Brooks
In
brother.
every sense of the word, yeah.
I was looking for my pieces because I was talking to you, and I was just thinking about, because I don't put a lot of my stuff on social media. I should, but I just don't. My Brooks Brothers football leather duffel bag that comes with a Brooks Brothers football. I have
I've never even heard of that before.
I have so many pieces that from Brooks Brothers that a lot of people, because they don't advertise those type of things. It's on there. And like we discussed, they're not big on marketing. Michael Bastian, I love his marketing plan, and I love what he's doing. But just historically, Brooks Brothers is not good at marketing. They're just not.
Quick
And I work for them.
question. No, I agree with you. John just chimed in. He said, any thoughts on the new Ralph Lauren fall campaign for guys? Have you seen it? I saw this show. What's your take on it?
I think I breezed past it. It's you low heads, please don't hurt me for this.
They're coming for you.
It kind of there's nothing really different from any other fall or that I've seen. They have some pieces that they'll tweak. Like I've seen, like they had some Madras shorts that they just tweaked the Madras a little bit, but they're just
Madras, yeah.
But it's a lot of the Ralph Lauren stuff is what I think everyone loves about it. It is stereotypically prep. When you see Ralph Lauren, you know that is preppy this, preppy that.
Right.
But I think it's just all recycled, like cords, rugbies. It's all recycled. It's just different. It all looks amazing, but for example, Rowing Blazer. Rowing Blazer is, I guess, their future forward. They've taken the prep style and I think have put it into a different atmosphere with like the younger guys, like with the younger kids.
Right.
They do things. I mean, a barbar polo. I'm like, wait, what? Like they got a Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like I'm like, I get it, but it is. I may not wear a lot of, but they do make things for things that I like. They have Rowing Blazers
They
That's
do.
one. But they have.
They're doing a collab with Target too.
Oh yeah, I'll be there early that morning. Yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, question: do you on HBCU campuses, right?
Mm-hmm.
You started wearing Brooks when you were back in college. You said, I think you told me, right?
Yep.
What attracted you to Brooks over Ralph Lauren?
So I'll never forget. I've been dressing this way since I was in elementary school. And like I tell you, I was dressing this way when uh, Lacoste was imported by Izod. I mean, I didn't
You
know
took it way back.
way back.
Yeah.
So, so dressing that way all up into college, and I was wearing Tommy Hilfiger at that time.
What year was this?
This was, you really want to date me. It is
the 90s, right?
92 is when I never forget, it was 92 and Homecoming was coming up. And I was thinking to myself, I looked at all the Tommy Hilfiger stuff. I'm like, I don't like this anymore. When you have Tommy Hilfiger all over it, I'm like, I don't want that. And so I'm like, I need to find something for Homecoming. I don't know what I need to find. But
you got to be fresh.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you go to HBC, you have to be. So I go to the mall and I'm saying, what can I wear? And I never forget, I went to Crabtree Valley Mall in Raleigh.
Okay.
It was a Brooks Brothers on the lower level. And I went in the store because everyone knows the name Brooks Brothers.
Right.
You typically know it as a suit. It is a Brooks Brothers suit. Oh wow, that's
right.
money. That's Brooks Brothers.
Right. Old money too.
Old money. So I went in there and I said, let me take a look at this store. This store is, cause I think it was about 150 at the time. It was 150 years old. It's not going anywhere. So I didn't want to get a brand that I'm like, okay, it's here today, gone tomorrow.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. They have shirts. They have striped shirts. They have jeans. They have the same thing that I enjoy wearing. I'm like, it's a little snobbish, but I'll put my own flair on it. I'm not worried about it. And
you think Brooks was snobbish?
Back then.
I got you.
Back in the early 90s,
yeah.
I think they veered away from prep and it was more corporate. It's like, I want this corporate look. I want to.
Yeah.
So I thought I could put my own spin on it. And that was around the Boys to Men Alex Vanderpool era. I said, wait a minute. I'm going to this is going to be my new brand. And I've worn it ever since. I have worn Brooks Brothers ever since. Now, 92.
On an HBCU campus, I remember you and I were talking the other day, and you said polo was looked at as because some people may take offense to this. I don't see it as I see Purple Label as a luxe brand of Ralph Lauren, but polo I don't see polo as a luxe brand, and I have lots of nice polo cuts, classics, but to me, I see polo as more of I'm trying to parse my words here now, Chris.
Staple. That staple. It's a staple.
Staple. I'll use that. Yeah. On HBCU campuses, right?
Mm.
What's the word you said polo was looked at as?
Polo
compared to Brooks Brothers.
Polo is in the Black community. Mm. Polo is turned into a street brand, and there's nothing wrong. It's kind of, they wear it different. It is just, and I think Ralph Lauren as a company weren't keen for Blacks to be wearing polo the way that they were. Mm. They were wearing polos with Timberlands and wearing their hat, the jeans a little low, and the hat turned a different way. Yeah, and it turned into a street brand. And I think that I personally viewed it as, okay, I didn't want to dress like everybody else. Gotcha. I didn't want to wear what everybody else has. And I think that polo, to me, I'm not gonna say polo's not special, but you can find polo anywhere. Everybody has it. You
Everyone,
can,
yeah.
that's why I call it a staple. It's like Hanes underwear. You you have to have, you
You
gotta
gotta
have it,
have one.
but
Yeah, yeah.
it's not like, oh look, it's polo. It's wow, I can't believe he's wearing
Right.
that. No, nobody thinks that anymore. But it's. I think that I think that polo will always be part of Americana from every color, creed, and everyone else because polo can be changed into many different things. Ralph Lauren worked at Brooks Brothers, so a lot of people don't. I
Yeah.
don't even know a lot of people.
A lot of people don't know that.
Ralph Lauren, he actually had to buy um, polo. I think
The
of the name because
name polo.
the
Yeah.
original polo shirt was a Brooks Brothers shirt, people.
Yep.
I hate to be the one to tell you
What we
that.
call the OCBD.
Yep, the button down collar was a polo shirt.
Yeah.
He had to get permission to use that
Correct.
because you can't just walk around calling something polo and you're like, hey, wait, no, we have original polo shirt.
Because the polo
So,
shirt is technically a tennis shirt that he wears.
yes.
But
But I think that polo is such a part of Americana. It's just low heads. Don't kill me for this, but it's not special to me. It's just not. It's
right.
just
No, I get you. I get it. I get you. Because polo in some cases is seen as aspirational
yes,
to people that it's almost like this show like I got some money. But even now, even wearing polo, nobody sees it that way. So let's say a brand like if you were to like it's weird because people I see Paul Stewart as a part of a prep style too, but they're
yeah,
more but it's crazy when you talk about them in certain groups, they don't see Paul Stewart as prep. But when you see Brooks and you tell someone you're wearing Brooks Brothers, it's seen as aspirational, and in some cases snobbish to say, "Oh, you." Especially if you're doing Afro Prep.
mm-hmm.
Most Afro Prep is polo,
Yes.
particularly back when rugby was out. That's when you saw
Oh,
a big movement in Afro Prep.
I love
Yeah, is that a fair to say?
I love rugby.
Yeah,
We had a rugby store in Chapel Hill, but I couldn't back then. I couldn't afford rugby. I couldn't afford any of that stuff.
gotcha.
But the look was exquisite. That
Yeah,
I think that it was hardcore preppy. It wasn't. It was telling you we are a preppy brand.
right.
Do,
Yeah,
do not get confused with just Ralph Lauren. This is a preppy brand.
right.
We have striped belts. We have double O-rings. We have all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a big, large group that are trying to get Ralph Lauren to bring that brand back.
Why do you think it folded? Do you think it was price? What did you think? What do you think it was?
It was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. It was, I think that back in the 90s, I think a lot of that stuff they wanted subdued. Like the 80s and 90s were like, that was when prep actually started.
Yeah,
Everything was subdued. It was small, small polo horse. Everything was subdued. And when you got to the 90s, it was very elaborate. The brand
ostentatious.
very elaborate, and and the quality was outstanding. So it was pricey. So I think that a lot of people, number one, couldn't afford it, and number two, they weren't ready for it. This is the time. If rugby came out now,
Yeah,
it,
it'll do
it
very
was
well.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so.
Now you worked at Brooks Brothers, am I correct? Or Red? Which one? Red Fleece, or you worked at the? Um,
I worked at
no,
Brooks.
wait. Before you tell me, I'm sorry to cut you off. Before you tell us that, I know you worked there. Tell me this. Tell us the story how you got into Brooks Brothers.
Okay,
Am I putting you on the spot,
hey,
Chris?
look, man, that's fine. So I was in Brooks Brothers so much, retail, factory, anywhere I saw Brooks Brothers, I was there,
Yeah.
and I would go in all the time. And one of the assistant managers was like, "Why don't you come in work here. You're in here all the time. Why are you here? And me, I had a decent paying job. I'm like, I don't need to work here. I'm proud of it. Then I end up getting divorced. So I need money. So I go back in and I say, excuse me, y'all still need help? Still need. And it was so funny because I was a Brooks Brothers aficionado. I knew the history. I'm telling the managers who managed the store about the history, about where this stuff comes from, about why it's called the Golden Fleece, about what, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. They don't really care, but they knew that if you needed information about it, like as almost as a historian, they would come to me and ask me, and it was my store. I was so protective of that store and protective of Brooks Brothers as a brand in general that everyone knows. I tell my wife, it's funny. I said, "Hey, baby, if I die, what am I burying? What are you burying me in?" She says, "We have to get my Brooks Brothers suit. We can't." I said, "Exactly."
Chris, I could hug Chris. I could hug you. My wife. So I have a deal with God, and the deal is that as long as I can fit into my Navy Brooks Brothers blazer and my OCBD and gray slacks, I'll stay around, right? And when I can't, then we could talk about. Yeah, I'll go home. But yeah, I'm right there with you, man. But let me ask you this: Afro Prep, right? Because you say you worked in it, you're protected of it, you know the brand. Why hasn't Brooks Brothers why hasn't Brooks Brothers been seen as a part of Afro Prep, or is it?
It isn't. When I see a black person wearing Brooks Brothers, we do it. You do the head nod.
Not, yeah.
I see you. I see you. It is not because I think we have not crossed over into that. We talked about this word, the urban lane. That goes to a specific type of marketing that I think Ralph Lauren latched onto because of the popularity. I think that when Ralph Lauren started to do, bigger colors, bigger pony, that's when black men were like, oh, yo, I like that. That's dope. Like, let me see what this is. Oh, this polo, why does it cost so much? Hey man, I'm gonna save my money, I'm gonna get polo, and then started wearing it. Brooks Brothers started off being, like I said, very subdued, very just like, and especially if you look at the logo. The logo is everyone. The logo is a golden fleece. Is a sheep.
His name is Henry.
It's not. His name is Henry. It's not a pig.
It's not a
dog. It is none of that. It is a sheep. It is the golden fleece. Let's get that out there. And I think
because you've had people ask you that.
And if you ask me, I'm like I don't know, and I'll keep on walking. Don't worry about it.
What's that dog logo on your shirt?
Because, like I said, we're in North Carolina. This is barbecue country. It's like, why you got a pig on your shirt? Don't call my shirt a pig, please. But I think that we have, and especially in hip hop, and a lot of people who know me know I'm the biggest hip hop head ever. Like, and don't let all this stuff fool you. I'm the biggest hip hop head. Y'all know it. I don't mean the
You're competing with Ghost and Raekwon from Wu-Tang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're wearing this stuff. Kanye puts this stuff on. Yeah. It has become, this is what, I guess the hip hop uniform looks like. And
not Brooks Brothers, Polo.
Not Brooks Brothers, Polo. Brooks Brothers has never made that effort. Brooks Brothers does not extend itself to the African and African American community in that way. They have models. I can't say they don't have models. I can't say they don't employ people. But the marketing, it's not there. I don't know if it ever will be there. And
do you think it's purposeful?
I do. I think that the previous owner, Claudio Del Vecchio, pretty much wanted Brooks Brothers to be an elite brand. He didn't want everyone wearing Brooks Brothers, and I don't think I don't think it has any racial undertone, but I mean,
Right.
but
No, I get
I
like
think that he just,
class.
yes, he wanted just a small amount of people wearing it. I don't care who these people are, but I don't want a small amount of people wearing it. And we're not going to do a lot of advertising because we want very few people to know about it. I think that if Brooks Brothers ever wanted to become globally huge and just, then they will start marketing to get the younger generation, because the younger generation is the hip hop generation. I tell people,
Did they buy? Did the red fleece was that pushing gearing towards younger
the
people?
Red Fleece was initially the problem with Red Fleece. The biggest problem with Red Fleece was sizing.
So skinny.
I don't even think they knew what the sizing was. It was everything. Like if I bought a Red Fleece shirt, it would have to be like I would normally wear a medium. I have to buy an extra large or something.
Same here, yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. And no one really knew what it was at first. It was, to be honest with you, Red Fleece was the rugby of Ralph Lauren. It just, it was so small. You had one store in New York. You had a store in North Carolina. Nobody knows about a store in North
When
Carolina
you
about a Red.
told me, I was shocked.
It's nobody knew. Again, marketing.
Yeah.
When you're trying to keep your brand small, but you want to do innovative ideas and get with Tom Brown and have Black Fleece
That
and
that
do what
that was another weird thing. The
that
black fleece.
it was, but that was, they were trying to imitate Ralph Lauren. Black Fleece was purple label. I mean,
Correct.
that's
I got a few shirts. Maybe two. I think that's all I could have afford.
yeah, those things. I'm talking about with a discount I could hardly afford.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that if Brooks Brothers ever wanted to blow up as far as the African American community, they could do it. I just don't think it's that important right now. I don't think
All you have to do is outfit. Well, these rappers today, I don't think any of them will rock
what they're wearing nowadays. These new rappers,
Yeah.
I don't, they have
They're wearing skirts. But that's a whole other subject.
and feathered boas
Yeah.
with lace tops. And I'm not knocking any of that.
Not right.
I don't know. I don't know who makes that stuff. I really have no clue.
But if in the 90s had they gone, it would take someone like Nas or Ghost or Raekwon to mention Brooks Brothers in their in a line, and I think Brooks Brothers would all of a sudden take on another life. But here's my 2 cents on it. So I was in the Brooks Brothers store about a month ago. It was this young kid came in there to buy. At the time, this was when they had the sweatshirt that you have on, Ashley, in the picture with the yellow.
The Henry,
the Henry sweatshirt. So he came in there and sort of stumbled in, sort of just like the same story like you came in, stumbled in, and I asked him. I said, hey, "Do you know about the brand?" So he said, "It's like a fake polo." So my house like, don't do that. Don't do that. So I said, no. And I said, the company's 200 plus years old. He said, what? I said, yeah. So that in itself is, just
it's fun.
That stops. Yeah, the conversation stops there. So I'm telling him about the sweat. So he puts on this get the sweater, and for him it would seem like he had no limit on what he could get. So he put the sweater on, and I'm trying to get him to see if it'll fit a medium on him, and he wanted an extra large.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Then he grabbed the red fleece hat and he put it on backward. And Chris, and I'm there thinking, yeah. That's how I'm looking like, yeah, let me show you. You doing like you sudden and like, let me turn the hat around for you, young buck. Like, yeah, so I'm telling him, but in his mind, he just saw it as cool. And it's some crazy part of me that was thinking, I hope you don't buy a lot of this because I don't want, and you sound like that guy saying this, but it's like, man, like Polo already got, and I love hip hop. I'm trying to be gentle with how I say this, but Polo already got to a point where it got where guys were rocking a size XXX Polo extra long, right? I don't even know if they were buying those in stores because I've never seen something. So it got to a point where it was almost like clown clothes, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking, there's not a lot of brands around anymore, in my view, that are pure prep outside of J Press, you know, and if there are other ones with a legacy like that, I don't know of them like that. They're just not on my radar. And so I just didn't want it to get where it was like, this becomes cool.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot. Oh, can't forget J. Crew. I have some J. Crew stuff. I
J.
keep
Crew too,
forgetting.
yeah. J. Crew, of course.
But I think that they're looking, I think these guys are just looking for the next. And I don't even see a fear of that because, like you said, these new hip hop guys, they're not even interested in that
No.
stuff. I don't even really wear polo. They
Right.
they just wear, I don't know. I like I said, I have no words. I'm old, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Same here, man.
almost
Yeah.
I can't relate.
Yeah.
Do you? I've always said, in the store, I've always tried to dress people into what they want. I'm like you though. I don't want you wearing like that. But if you want to wear it like that, hey, I'll show you what we have and how you do it. But I think that there are certain hip hop heads that, well, there's certain guys in hip hop who don't dress like that anymore. They're older, and I think that's what it is. And like you said, if I'm Nas, I guarantee you, if Jay-Z actually started talking about Brooks Brothers and he started walking, it will be like you said, it will take on a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
And I think because Jay-Z doesn't dress like he did when,
No, Jay-Z's 50 plus. So.
Exactly. So he's gonna. So I can see somebody of our generation wearing it, and it can still be hip hop, but it can still take on a meaning of prep. It is. I think prep has changed so much from the 80s that it is still evolving. Like I said, Rolling Blazer, I'm still amazed by some of the stuff they do, and some of the stuff I actually like, and it's like it can evolve. I think because I think how Kyle James Patrick, that was what I was trying to think of the other day. Kyle James Patrick, who did that collab with Brooks Brothers, he is now the prep god. This guy just and I think, to be honest with you, he just makes the stuff he likes. He just makes
Yeah, because it looks like almost like so like what Ralph Lauren used to do is like, I like make what I like, and if you like it, rock with it. If you don't, cool. Exactly. There's still somebody that will buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are so many. There are a lot of prep brands. J. Crew is like, they're coming back.
They're coming back, yeah. Because
I wish Gant would come back. There's a lot of prep brands that are just, and prep has started to, the style has started to come back, and it is starting to, because Brooks Brothers has started to see this trend. Like rugbies is a big thing now. Like everybody has a rugby now.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a rugby 5 years ago. But rugbies are back. Madras is back big. It's coming back. Mm-hmm. But I think that the kids are just putting their own flair to it. And we're probably going to start seeing some new brands out there that I didn't know even existed.
If they are there, Chris, like I said, I'm all for experimenting, and I'm with you in the sense where I don't think even in prep, like it's a monolith where it's like, okay, you have to do this. I think that's the beauty of prep as opposed to Ivy. Like there's this stiffness to Ivy trad, where prep you can be more playful. You can wear a rugby over with a shirt and tie. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna wear that today.
We actually have guys. They're called go to hell pants.
Go to
They're
hell
literally
pants.
they're
Yes.
literally those pants. You guys for those pants that are I have all the embroidery over it. Those are called go to hell pants because it's basically like we don't care what you think.
Yeah.
Go to hell. I'm gonna wear these pants.
Do you have some of those?
Oh yeah, I have some good Brooks Brothers go to hell pants.
Yes.
I have actually two or three pair.
Now, what cut do you wear from Brooks Brothers? Clark, fit, Milano?
I would like to wear a Milano, but
It's aspirational.
yeah, but they're taking that away. I used to wear Madison because there was only Madison, but then they came up with the what's the blue cut?
Region.
Yeah, the Region. That's primarily what I wear. I think they're doing away with all of that from what I heard.
They're just
I think
changing the name. So Regent has become regular. Madison is now called traditional. And Milano is called slim.
Okay. And it makes sense. It was like, nobody's going to remember these names. But
Milano was more, you think that was Del Vecchio's way of Italianizing it?
He tried to Italianize everything, the fabrics, the he's a sore subject for me. He kind of ruined that company for me in my opinion. But
I've heard that on several sites.
And I'm gonna tell you, I don't owe this man anything. Let me tell you, Claudio Del Vecchio came from the money came from his father, which was Luxottica. His dad owned Luxottica. His dad is a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
And to me, he gave his son bought this company as a toy. It was something to do. It was something to play with.
Oh wow.
He wanted to make it his own thing, not cater to the people who were wearing it. He wanted to make it his own thing. He put a lot of Italian designs, Italian fabrics, Italian names. This is an American brand. This is a iconic American brand, and you're trying to make it an Italian toy. And he kind of ruined a lot of it for me. He did.
Wow.
And Michael Bastian came in because when they said his name, when they were bringing him on, I was like, wait, what? And they said, he came from Ghent. And then I said, Ghent? I said, oh, I used to love Ghent. Again, back in the day, I could afford Ghent.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
But it was like, that was a true prep brand. And I said, wait a minute, he's going to bring that stuff here? And from from the stuff that he's been doing, I am impressed. I do like a lot of it. I need for him to make some more hats. I'm a hat guy. But I need him to make more hats. But other than that, bringing the rugby's back. He's doing
that old OCBD with that. I think is Gildan.
Yeah,
they started making the non-iron ones. The wrinkle one.
My wife will tell you, Oxford cloth to me is a t-shirt. It's literally a t-shirt. I have tons of dress shirts, but Oxford cloth to me, I can wear Oxford cloth every day with shorts. With shorts. I don't own a short sleeve button down shirt at all. All of mine are long sleeve. I roll up my sleeves. I'm not wearing my shirt for wear one time of the season. I'm not going to do crazy. But what he's done, I think he brought back what we all missed. People who love Brooks Brothers. He's bringing that all back, and I appreciate him for it.
Same here.
He followed me on my I got hacked, guys, but he followed me on my old Afro Prep Instagram. I was so excited. I started telling him, "Hey, look, you followed me," and now I can't even. He can't.
Well, I'm gonna forward this video over to Michael. And Michael's a cool. He seems like such a down to earth, genuine person.
Yep.
You know, it just doesn't seem pretentious or stuck up. And I think that translates over even into the work that they put out with Brooks Brothers now. So
He, I think it started. I think I was admired because I think this was about the same time. I don't know if he was there at this time, but you remember Head of Charles when Head of Charles, and for people who don't know, Head of Charles is a regatta, is a rowing competition that's in upstate New York.
mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people know. To be honest with you, I didn't know what the Head of Charles is. I haven't been yet. But Head of Charles, they used to make these cool clothes for Head of Charles, and I mean, but they only sold it at the race site, and I was like,
yeah.
And I literally had gone on there on the Brooks Brothers Instagram page, guys. Hey, look, we're not. Why are you just selling all of this stuff? Like, I wouldn't be buying this. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody responded. I don't know if it was him or not, but somebody responded. They said, And then probably about a month or two, I know
no way
they started putting it in stores. So I don't know if I'm actually responsible for it, but I'm going to take credit for it.
Hey, take credit. Why not, right?
The Head of Charles stuff started selling in stores. I got tons of that stuff now. So I think the company is starting to listen to what people are saying. I think listens to what people are saying. He's going to listen. If you send this to him, he will definitely listen to what we're saying about, especially about African Americans and the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He will listen.
Yeah.
And I know, because like I said, I can't see, I need for him to stop using the same two black models and start, venturing out a little bit. But they do, man. There was this one guy, he was just this
with the afro.
This is real. That guy's new. He's a tall, always like this, and every picture he took, and I'm like, you don't look like everybody, but okay, yeah, we got him. So, like, bring in some brown people, Michael.
Yeah,
bring in some brown people. Everybody's not, light skin, short hair, military cut. But I think he will. He makes changes. He does things for the better.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah.
Chris, where do you see Afro Prep? Where do you see you taking this in 5 years from now? So
everyone has been, and my closest friends, people are like, look, man, you need to monetize this. Okay. Hey, man, you need to do something with it. All right. I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about styling. I'm thinking about being a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
I think about, I can style people for home. I can style anybody, any kind of way.
You got the background for sure.
Yeah. I think about taking that somewhere. I'm thinking about, I have ideas about having an all black, I don't even know necessarily, I want it to be a black male, almost seeming as a group. I don't want to call it a fraternity, but a society, a black male society where black men can teach the youth how to be gentlemen, how to teach. If you don't have a father in your home, cool, come to us. We'll teach you what you need to know. You don't know how to tie that tie? Guys, this is tie tying 101 on a Saturday. Guys, you want to learn how to approach someone, you want to know how to dress for an interview, I want to take teaching black men. The black women are covered. They're running this place. So we have to step up. So I want to take black kids, black boys, little black boys. And if you don't have that father in the home to teach you these things, I want to be there. I want to bring in people to help do that. I just have ideas. I just gotta put them in motion.
Execute.
Yeah.
They say my wife says execution is worship.
That's true. That's very true.
So because when you were saying that, there are folks that were doing. I know Dr. Alex Ellis has this thing called the Tide to Greatness, but it's not prep. I think they're more. It's more I would call more fashion than style. And I don't know if I'm using the wrong term, but it's not prep. It's you know, he's teaching them the half Windsor, the big knots and stuff like that. But I mean, I even Dr. Ellis. I mean, it's crazy because you guys there's a group that you have. You have a private frat now, right?
Yes, the Commission of Brotherhood. They're probably watching now, but the look at my friend Earl talking about time for a business meeting. Man, go ahead. I have a group of 6 gentlemen. It is the Commission of Brotherhood, otherwise known as the Commission. We are a brotherhood.
Okay.
It is not a bunch of friends. I always say we're not a bunch of friends. We are a brotherhood.
Gotcha.
These are a group. I have a very small group of friends. Earl is my closest friend. I've known Earl. I am 49. I've known Earl for 46 years. He's my oldest friend. He's my closest and oldest friend.
That's a brother. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even, like I said, it's not friendship at that. But I have a group of guys that we all went to school with, and one guy, Terrell, that is the only guy I will say. Terrell is the only guy that has ever been initiated in the commission. He's the only one, and he's been with us almost 20 years now.
Well, what's the requirements for membership?
That's a good question.
Because you're sounding when you're saying initiation, you're sounding like a frat that I'm familiar with. Or, you know, they say if you know, you know. Some traveling men action there.
And
you know, you are alpha, sir, and I don't know if you guys are, you know, creating a new boule. I don't know.
Look, man, we are going to maintain our very small group of people. But I will say this. I think we never thought about letting in anybody. And our friend, his name's Terrell Robinson. Terrell, when we met, it was 5 of us, and we all knew each other through college, and we got closer after college. We just got closer, you know, right after school.
Okay.
And they knew him from, I guess, because a lot of them stayed in Winston, and they knew him from Winston. I had no idea who this guy is. I would go down, oh yeah, me and Terrell, we did this. We going to the boat now. Me and Terrell, who the hell is this dude? How are y'all hanging with? Who's this guy?
Yeah.
You meet this guy. Terrell is one of the kindest, nicest. It's one of those things that if you dislike Terrell, there's something wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah. I know some people like that. Yeah.
Terrell is so, he would give you the shirt off his back. I know people say that, but he literally would. And after a while of knowing him, we said, we gotta let you gotta be a part, man. You gotta let us. He's been with us ever since, and he's the only guy. And I literally would take a bullet for that man. It's not a figurative term. It's not a figurative term. I literally would take a bullet for that man. All of them. All of my literally would take a bullet for it. And the people that know us, the people who know the commission, we always talk about it, they know that we are. And I think a lot of people appreciate that, because Black men who stick together no matter what, travel with each
rarity sometimes too.
Open up to each other. Hey man, you're wrong. Hey, you need to apologize. Hey dog, blah blah blah, and come with you with the real. I found out it's kind of almost unheard of. So we are technically. We're literally going to become. I think I'm going to incorporate. I want us to actually become.
I think you should.
But I'm working on the crest and everything, man. You know, I get bored easy. But I have a lot of ideas, man. I just gotta, you know.
So this
go ahead.
This isn't just your bourbon buddies. These are brothers.
Okay. Now we have bourbon buddies in our community. Like, 'cause I know Steven and Bernard. Those are my bourbon brothers. My boy John. My boy
They're not
John does not drink.
in the commission.
Yeah, no, but he does not drink at all. My friend John does not drink at all. Not at all. Damien is a vodka man. He loves his Kettle One. And Terrell, we're trying to bring him on to the bourbon bus. He's coming on. But he doesn't do a lot of drinking. But we are brothers. We have different interests. Me and Bernard is a professor, so he dresses like a professor. He literally, we just are all different people, but we're one group. We're one group.
Right.
So
hey, Chris, listen, I really appreciate your time. I value your opinion. Brad, I thank you just for hopping on and at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. I really appreciate you dropping some wisdom to, giving us your insight. I really appreciate it. I think a lot of people on the page will appreciate it too. If you could leave with one quote for our listeners, what would it be?
I could leave you with a quote. Be your authentic self. That is something I just live by. Anyone will tell you, I don't care what people think about me, no matter what. I just don't.
Were you raised that way?
I am true to myself. I have weird things I do. I'm a Potterhead. I like Star Wars. I like hip hop. And people can clown me for it. I don't care. So what? Absolutely, I don't care.
I thought you were about to say you're a pothead. I had to pause it. Potter. Because when you said that, I was thinking in my mind, I'm looking at the time on this and say, delete that part. I'm a pothead. Potter, as in Harry Potter. I'm not an American, so when you have to understand, like, there's some things that you say that may go over my head.
Look, I get you, man. I can understand. But be your authentic self. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I've told my son, and I'll never forget, I told him, I said, be yourself. I don't care how weird you are. I said, I don't care who picks on you, including me. I said, even if I pick on you about the stuff that you do,
got you.
Be your authentic self, because you will regret it at the end. If you are not your authentic self, you will regret it in the very end.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Walker. You know, it's weird. My wife's maiden name is Walker. Yeah, from Philly. So when I told her, I was telling her about you, I was coming on to chat, have some coffee chat with you, and she said, Walker. I said, yeah, there you guys go. So you can't escape them, man. You're a good brother, man. Thank you so much, Chris.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, man, for at least, because again, there are not a lot of us in this space. You know, you got Marcus and Victoria. You got the Prep Wives. You got Mr. Parker, 1967. We have a very small community, and you doing this, man, is big. It's big. It's drawing attention to, the Black preps. We're here. We're out there, but you're actually bringing attention to it, and I personally appreciate you doing it, man.
Bro, right back at you, man. Have a good one, man. All right, take care.
No problem.
All right.